for the final episode. Dun dun dun.
Hopefully. Unless this goes on for like an hour.
Right, unless it turns out the last chapter is actually a 14-hour QuickTime event with insane craziness, in which case we'll have several more episodes.
This game has never once had a quick time event.
And this game has never once had a game, but I don't know.
Although, if you check the reviews on Steam, apparently people find rotating the mouse clockwise to be a little too difficult of a quick time event to advance the story plot, and everyone's bitching that it doesn't work and it's difficult, and obviously you are a savant at the 39 steps.
I'm wondering if maybe they don't know what the word rotate means, and they're like picking it up and spinning it around in their hands.
Some people did say that they were trying that, but
I don't understand.
anyway.
Literally, like, you can see my mouse cursor here. To move forward, you do this. To go backwards, you do this.
You're really good at that. You make like
That's
little
it.
circles and
That's the whole entire thing. Like,
and when you go clockwise, it goes in the way that like hands on a clock would go, which kind of blows my mind.
right, and like it doesn't really care if it's a shitty circle, because like
You are obviously a natural.
I just don't understand. I'm very confused. Okay,
High
in other
tides.
news, high tides.
The highest of tides.
Could Hane have got it all wrong? The final stand will reveal all.
I was like, yo, Ty, you high? And he's like, no, bro, we're cool.
We cool, we cool. High tide.
High tides.
Hey, what's going on? Monday, 15th of June, 1914, Bradgate, Kent.
Well, we saved Carolites.
I'm not sure where you've been recently, but we already closed that part of the story.
And we
That
saved him, right?
we did not.
Why is this still going?
He is dead.
I don't understand why they kept going after that.
He is extra dead, and now we are progressing on.
Alright, here's the thing. Something awesome might happen here, but there's been no impetus for it. There's been no, alright, well, you failed this, but you have this brand new goal. And it's like, it's kind of implied that you want to stop the Germans, but like, they already pulled off their plan. You might be able to stop them from leaving and make them face justice, but they already won.
Well, we have to stop them from going back to Germany and starting World War. I mean, a war that would affect the entire world.
But we already know we're not going to do that, and more importantly, our character doesn't know that. Everyone knows that the plot was kill Carolites, and then a war would break out over it. They succeeded. We failed to stop them. Why is it still going? Anyway.
No. They succeeded at kill Carolites. We are still trying to prevent the war breaking out.
Yeah, but
That was step 1 and step 2.
when we found that, no, there wasn't a step 2. Their initial plot was step 1, kill Carolites. Then sit back and watch a war break out. They weren't going to instigate it. The instigation was killing Carolites. The rest was all like Carolites was the first domino. You don't sit there and touch the other dominoes. You just sit back and watch.
Wait, you're not supposed to touch each domino
No.
individually?
You're so bad at dominoes.
Oh my god, I just found out I'm so bad at
This
dominoes.
explains everything.
Suddenly it all makes so much more sense. I just figured all those domino videos that you see online were all like stop motion, like they had to lay each one down and then take
Wires.
a picture of it.
It's all wires.
Okay. It all makes sense to me now. I'm gonna now move the mouse
Like in The Matrix or Sesame Street.
in a clockwise direction.
Holy shit, you did it.
Oh my god. I'm gonna go back and read this line because I didn't actually do that yet. But that's not my point. I arrived once again at Trafalgar Lodge. Scapes men would be posted by now, but there was no sign of a soul.
They're so posted.
They were all soulless. He had a whole crew of gingers. I'll just walk up and ring the doorbell, shall I? There's no way that could result in them shooting me directly in the face. Bing bong, bing bong,
Oh, you
bong,
gotta-
bing bing
You
bong.
gotta try to...
Bing bong, bing
That's not ringing
bong,
oh.
bong, bing bing bong.
It's a weird door.
Is
Hey, are you German?
Mr. Appleton at home?
Yes, sir. Please come in.
Oh, go in. That flag was animated for a second.
When they kill you inside, no one will see you die. My plan had been to walk straight into the dining room and by a sudden appearance waken the men that start of recognition which would confirm my theory. I moved the mouse in a circle again. But when I found myself in that neat hall, the place mastered me.
What?
I put on my gimp suit
Who
and
may I
went in the
say is
basement.
calling?
Richard
What it
Hanning.
sounded like.
If you could wait in the smoking room, I'll let Mr. Appleton know you're here.
Someday I will have a house with a smoking room. It will be ironic, and we will not smoke in it at all.
I thought this basement was our smoking room.
No. This is our basement in which we smoke.
I mean, this studio.
This totally soundproofed, carefully built and designed studio where we record these videos. Realizing my mistake, I pulled myself together and ran after the maid. Wait, no, just kidding.
Cat.
I don't know if you guys heard that, but that was my cat exploding onto the table, apparently. She was just
Hopped.
like, bonk!
All four paws went up. All
So-
4 paws landed.
She may actually be a rabbit. But I was too late
Wait, too late for what?
to run into the dining room and catch them all off guard. Now they're all on guard.
Mr.
Anga!
Hannay? Did you wish to see me?
I think we have met before, and I guess you know my business.
The light in the room was dim, but so far as I could see their faces, they played the part of mystification very well.
Maybe.
I killed them anyway.
Maybe. I haven't a very good memory, but I'm afraid you must tell me your errand, sir, for I really don't know it.
Well then, I have come to tell you that the game's up.
All the time I seemed myself to be talking pure foolishness. They thought so too.
I have a warrant, the arrest of you 3 gentlemen.
Arrest? Arrest? Good God, what for?
He looked really shocked, as I suppose one would if one was interrupted in the middle of one's dinner to be arrested for absolutely no reason.
For the murder of Franklin Scudder in London on the 23rd day of last month.
I never heard the name before.
That was the Portland Place murder. I read about it. Good heavens. You must be mad, sir. Where do you come from?
Where do you
Scotland
go?
Yard.
Though I hadn't an ounce of confidence in me, I forced myself to play the game. Ghosts.
Don't get flustered, Uncle. It's all a ridiculous mistake. But these things happen sometimes, and we can easily set it right. It won't be hard to prove our innocence. I can show you that I was out the country on the 23rd of May, and Bob was in a nursing home. You were in London, but you can explain what you were doing.
You guys can't see it, but a man is trying so hard not to
Of
sneeze
course,
right
that's
now.
easy enough. The 23rd. That was the day after Agatha's wedding. Let me see, what was I doing? Came up in the morning from Woking and lunched at the club with Charlie Simons. Then, oh yes, I dined with the fishmongers.
That's not very
Remember,
nice.
The punch didn't agree with me and I was seedy next morning. Hang it all, there's the cigar box I brought back from the dinner.
After that, for a minute, there was utter silence, which is what you heard from me while I successfully did not sneeze 5 times in a row, just in
Yay.
case anyone was interested. The old man was staring at his plate and fumbling with a nut, the very model of innocent bewilderment. A nut, eh?
One of them. Fondle, fondle, fondle.
You're
I
the
think,
worst.
sir, you will see you are mistaken. We want to assist the law like all Englishmen, and we don't want Scotland Yard to be making fools of themselves. That's so, Uncle?
Certainly, Bob.
The old fellow seemed to be recovering his voice.
Certainly.
Who's in
We'll
the
do
potatoes?
anything in our power to assist the authorities, but this is a bit too much. I can't get over it.
How Nellie will chuckle. She always said you would die of boredom because nothing ever happened to you. Now you've got it thick and strong.
Whoa.
It couldn't be acting, it was too confoundedly genuine.
By Joe, yes, just think of it. What a story to tell at the club. Really, Mr. Hannay. I suppose I should be angry to show my innocence, but it's too funny. I almost forgive you the fright you gave me. You looked so glum. I thought I might have been walking in my sleep and killing people.
Right. To cover my confusion, I got up, walked to the door, and switched on the electric light.
Oh, they get one of those fancy new ones.
Click! The sudden glare made them blink, and I stood scanning the 3 faces. I made nothing of it. One was old and bald, one was stout, one was dark and thin. They seemed exactly what they professed to be, and I could not have sworn to one of them. I could see nothing to connect them with the Moorland desperados. Desperados.
Well, are you reassured by your scrutiny, sir?
I couldn't find a word.
There, in the dictionary.
I hope you find it consistent with your duty to drop this ridiculous business. I make no complaint, but see how annoying it must be to respectable people.
Respectable, eh?
I shook my head.
Oh, Lord. This is a bit too thick.
Do you propose to march us off to the police station? That might be the best way out of it, but I suppose you won't be content with the local branch. I have the right to ask to see your warrant, but I don't wish to cast any aspersions upon you. You're only doing your duty. But you'll admit, it's horribly awkward. What do you propose to do?
For a moment, I was very near damning myself for a fool and asking their pardon.
I'm going to be very good at...
Meantime, I vote we have a game of bridge. It'll
He's
give Mr.
like a
Hanny time to
psychopath if you're just
think
gonna let him off the
over
hook.
things. You know we've been wanting a fourth player. Do you play, sir?
I accepted as if it had been an ordinary invitation at the club, because why not?
Damn it, Hannah.
He is the best.
Yes. Yes, I play.
I felt mesmerized by the whole place, by the air of obvious innocence, not innocence merely, but frank, honest bewilderment and concern in the three faces. We went into the smoking room where a card table was set out, and I was offered things to smoke and drink, and I didn't think a thing of it, so I just watched my cat walk across my keyboard on my computer and do all kinds of interesting things to it. She somehow opened the keyboard shortcut help, which I don't even know how to do, so that was exciting.
Thanks, dude.
Right then. The three were talking easily, just the kind of slangy talk you will hear in any golf clubhouse. I must have cut a rum figure, sitting there knitting my brows with my eyes wandering. My partner was the young dark one. He rather resented being stuck with me. I play a fair hand at bridge, but I must have been rank bad that night. He wished they'd played three-handed after all. They saw that they had got me puzzled, and that put them more than ever at their ease. I kept looking at their faces, but they conveyed nothing to me.
Damn Germans.
It was not that they looked different, they were different. I clung desperately to the words of Peter Pinar. Then it happened. Dun dun dun.
10-17.
Scary ghost hand took over the entire room.
Look at the animation.
It was the movement I remembered when I stood before him in the moorland farm with the pistols of his servants behind me. Some shadow lifted from my brain, and I was looking at the three men with full and absolute recognition. The Blackstone.
Bum, bum, bum.
Bob! The Dark Lean Man.
Whoa.
Whoa
You thought that
now.
was innocent?
Wow. The Dark Lean Man, he was the murderer. Now I saw cruelty and ruthlessness, where before I had only seen good humor. His knife had skewered Scudder to the floor, and his kind had put the bullet in Carolides.
Oh yeah, I mean,
You
look at it.
don't say. Percy. The plump man's features seemed to dislimn and form again as I looked at them. He hadn't a face, only 100 masks that he could assume when he pleased. That chap must have been a superb actor. Perhaps he had been Lord Aloa of the night before. Perhaps not. It didn't matter. I wondered if he was the fellow that had first tracked Scudder and left his card on him. Scudder had said he lisped, and I could imagine how the adoption of a lisp might add terror.
Yeah, he lisps. Oh.
He was the pick of the lot. He was sheer brain, icy, cool, calculating, as ruthless as a steam hammer. Now that my eyes were opened, I wondered where I had seen the benevolence. His jaw was like chilled steel, and his eyes had the inhuman luminosity of a bird's. They weren't hooded? Hop. The cat has returned. I went on playing, and every second a greater hate welled up in my heart, because that was productive and helpful to my goal.
Bob, look at the time. You better think about catching your train.
Wow.
Bob's got to go to town tonight.
The voice rang now as false as hell. I looked at the clock, and it was nearly 10:30.
I'm afraid he must put off his journey.
Oh, damn. I thought you'd dropped that rot. I simply got to go. You can have my address, and I'll give you any security you like.
No, you must stay.
I'll go bail for my nephew. That ought to content you, Mr. Hannay.
As I glanced at him, his eyelids fell in, that hawk-like hood which fear had stamped in my memory.
Bum, bum, bum.
A pair of strong arms gripped me around the waist, covering the pockets in which a man might be expected to carry a pistol.
Get your hands off me! Nilfa! Das Boot! Das Boot!
The boot!
I grappled the old chap, and the room seemed to fill with figures. I saw the plump one collared, but my eyes were all for the out-of-doors, where Franz sped on over the road toward the railed entrance to the beach stairs. One man followed him, but he had no chance. I stood staring with my hands on the old boy's throat for such a time as a man might take to descend those steps to the sea. Suddenly,
Strangling someone?
I am currently strangling the old man with the hooded hawk eyes.
Interesting.
Suddenly, my prisoner broke from me and flung himself on the wall,
Alright.
which exploded. Oddly. The stairway had been completely destroyed.
He is safe. You cannot follow in time. He's gone. He has triumphed. Der schwarze Stein ist in der Siegeskrone.
What?
I have no idea what Siegeskron means. There was more in those eyes than any common triumph. They had been hooded like a bird of prey, and now they flamed with a hawk's pride. This man was more than a spy. In his foul way, he had been a patriot.
We call us terrorists.
As handcuffs clinked on his wrists, I said my last word to him.
I hope Franz will bear his triumph well.
That was 8
I ought
minutes.
to tell you that the Ariadne for the last hour
20.
has been in our hands.
25 is not the last word.
He said my last words.
No, we didn't.
Yes, he did. We're gonna go back and replay this later, because he totally did.
Alright. The stairs. The stairs. The stairs are on fire.
And animated.
Wait, that was it?
That was it! The end!
What happens next?
A war that might affect an entire world's worth of countries.
How can you possibly know that? Did you talk to the author? You're just making shit up.
Hey look, credits!
I don't appreciate you giving them benefit of the doubt on not really finishing the story by just making up what the story probably happened. Oh, you wanna play this out?
I don't even know. Like, I was gonna say no, but like now I'm just sort of wrapped up in it.
I don't really see no reason to, unless you really want to.
Yeah, I have no real good reason to.
Just see if you can skip it. Well, music's getting interesting.
It started farting at me. I was...
39 steps.
What is happening?
This is amazing!
Maybe it's better to let that.
I counted them.
Still, see if we can skip this. It's not gonna get better.
39 steps.
that before, and then it got better.
Hey, company!
Oh, hey!
Back!
3 weeks later, as all the world knows, we went to war. I joined the new army the first week, and owing to my Matabele experience, got a captain's commission straight off. But I had done my best service, I think, before I put on khaki.
And Matabele?
It's Matabele. Congratulations, you have completed the 39 steps. We hope you enjoyed playing this story as much as we did making it. Hopefully, see you for our next digital adaptation. There should be a comma after hopefully, and we will. Well, there you have it.
I would like to see them do not all of Hearts in Atlantis, but Low Men and Yellow Coats. Which also was made into a movie, which I haven't seen. They just called the movie Hearts in Atlantis, but it really just covers Low Men and Yellow Coats.
Oh, I thought it covered...
No.
Oh. Well, that seems odd. Huh. Yeah, anywho. Yeah, I would probably play that.
Or it might just be Hearts in Atlantis and Low Men and Yellow Coats, but I heard that it was just Low Men and Yellow Coats. The title doesn't make any damn sense if that's all they did.
That's very odd, yes. I would have to agree.
But there's no reason to throw those two together without the rest.
That's also accurate.
I think Anthony Hopkins is in it.
I did know that. That's...
He's also in After People, which I never saw the movie versions either.
I've heard that as well. Well,
What about you? Any books that you think would work well for
what
the
they
story
have done
mechanics?
here, I feel like because it had a certain amount of point and click going on earlier, it mostly dropped out towards the end, but they were like, look for clues in this room, and they all lit up and everything, and we didn't really have to look very
That's
hard.
not a point and click. That's
I know, but
click on these.
I know,
And you
but
can
like,
move forward without clicking on them.
if they had with some adjustment of that, I feel like this could work for, like, say, the Nancy Drew novels.
Alright.
They'd be shorter than
I
this.
feel those would work better as actual point and click adventures, though. In fact, I think they have those.
Yeah, but they look terrible.
So is this.
I guess you have a point. Fair enough. I rescind my previous statements. That said, I got nothing else.
Alright, well, this has been 39 Steps.
This has been the 39 Steps. Y'all have fun now.